Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another interesting video. This time working in a marine computer coming from Pennsylvania. Jordan, this is your computer. We'll see the concerns that he has shortly. I just want to show you the computer in the screen. There you can see the digits, the last digits and everything in there. He can see that this is indeed his computer. So we're going to, let's first go over to, well, you're going to see, I don't have the computer connected obviously, but this is pretty easy to do. And I don't want to connect it because it has a short injector, so I wanted to show you the information first. Let me see right here. All right, so he said injectors 2, A, 5, and 3 active with engine off and key on floating cylinders. Suspect driver failure, fault codes present, code 41, EST system open, 81, injector A low open, injector B open, code 41, EST fault, EST A fault. And the part number on the computer is 12584052, which is a MEFI 4B. And this is a Kodiak Marine MEFI 4 ECU 383 CI, which is 6.2 liters. And he's, as you can see, from Butler, Pennsylvania. I have also, oh, that's not the image that I want to share. This one either. I have already previously connected because I wanted to save the information. And we can see in here, right here, one bank firing and the other one completely shorted. Completely shorted. So we can see also on this file, let me see, what does it say? 6.2 liters. So much in there. It's just connected like that. We will be able to see all this. And I save the history of faults because it's exactly as he said. And also it was a cam signal fault. This is a 6.2, so I have to change the signal that I have in here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put the Nikon and the picoscope ready to go for that to work. So give me just 1 second to select the correct signal for the cam and crank. All right, that should be ready to go. And let me put the Diacom in here. I'm going to put one other of the Diacom. And we're going to select first the MEFI 1 and 4. And then connect to the computer. Well, I need to power it on, right? Well, I haven't even connected. It's very late, guys, so stay with me. Forgive my errors. It's just, you know, it is, the computer is not on, and you can see, actually, right now it shows like both drivers. But we'll see. As soon as I power on, one goes off, which is normal because this was supplying power, so that's not supposed to happen on the vehicle. But we can see one bank of injectors completely on without the computer running. And in this case, it's on the blue channel just because I swapped or switched the leads position. This is the normal way that I do it. So I'm going to change that. And I'm going to put some readings. Well, we can see right now that there is something even on the channel, like it's like a, I don't know, like, let me just change the time. You see, it's like something is riding alone in there because it's like, let me see what voltage we have in there. Yeah, it's almost pulling it to complete ground, right? 3 volts. That is enough to pull the injector open, and that is why it's, you know, floating the cylinders. So floating the cylinders with fuel because it's active. But let's connect to the computer. Well, what happened? Oh, I did it with computer off, right? Because I can see the fuel pump prime that was active, and that is normal. I'm going to be selecting some of the pits so you guys can see. Let me see if I find the engine size. Okay, right here, 6.2 liters. You can see that is the displacement, the engine displacement. And we have 3 fault codes because I probably erased the other ones just to see what was present. But you see, even without the engine running, we got a cam sensor signal fault and injector B high-low open. So that is, and those cannot be erased. Let's see. Actually, they can. So the only one that come back is actually injector B open, which is what we have here, right? So this should not be like that. So the computer is noticing that something is wrong with that driver. And let's run it, because the way this is, I can run it because obviously I don't have fuel. And is it running? I don't think so. Oh yeah, it is. Let's see, why is this channel not reading? Oh, it is reading. It is reading. I just have to change the time base, because I changed it to 5 milliseconds, and that is, not that it's not there. It's just too close to zoom in, and that's why we couldn't see that. But yeah, we can see the injection millisecond on the blue channel at 2.8, and the computer is actually asking for 2 milliseconds, so that's a little off. And without taking anything from the computer, I mean, with that auto band completely shorted, I'm actually even surprised it's even running. So yeah, definitely this is to confirm your concerns, Jordan. Definitely we have a shorted driver. So let me open the computer up and see what I can do for you. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, next day. Yeah, not a really good ending for this computer. It is definitely not repairable. It is actually a short in the crystal driver part of the injector B. And I'm going to show you. Well, let me move you over here. Looks like we got no signal there. Why? Oh, I haven't turned it on, right? So let me do that. All right, so as you can see, the computer is still connected, or now connected, sorry, after I tried to attempt to remove the short. And it's still there, and everything except for the crystal driver is already removed. Let me put the picoscope in the capture. Gotta reselect it in here, so give me 1 second. Right there, so you can see that it is indeed the same thing, and I'm connected over to the same B driver, or A drivers, I think is, yeah, the B driver. And the blue channel is not shorted, which is exactly as it was before. I can even run the computer, and we can see the same signal, on the blue channel. So it's a good injector driver circuit. And we have the coil. The other thing you see there in the blue light right here, that's a coil signal, which for the ESC, and that is working good. Not a problem on any of that. But again, the circuit on injector B is completely shorted, and is the actual crystal driver. So I'm going to show you closely what that looks like. Let me get the picoscope out of the way. I can turn this off. And I'm going to turn the power off. We don't need that more. Just to get you a closer view. Let me zoom in. Move this way. Let me actually unplug it, because it's creating a beep in here that is in my ear. Well, we don't need that no more, right? So yeah, no, that actually is good. Get a little closer. That's as close as I can get. Let me get a light. We can get to see better. Perfect. And that movement, sorry, is me moving the camera to get you a better look. So we have injector A circuit right here. And that is, has all small BGT transistors and diodes for protection, which is right here. And then this component right here, that is a MOSFET. And it's a crystal MOSFET. So obvious reasons that cannot be replaced. And due to its construction and design, right, because it's a very different bottom or footprint, it's impossible to replace for anything rather than what the manufacturer put in here. And they did this for obvious reasons, right? So, well, I mean, let's say, temperature, these are better or more capable of handling temperature and amperage than plastic design MOSFET, right? So let's say, compositive design. And due to the board design as well, you can see that it's better for them. It's a less footprint. So they did this in order to, minimize the whole overall size of the computer. And obviously, make it cheaper so they can make more money. But so yeah, all the circuit that can be replaced, it has been removed, or I removed it, right, including the driver not the driver, the diode for protection, which if this gets shorted to ground, it will create the same concern or the same problem. But it's not the case. So what we do have in here is this crystal component, again, the MOSFET shorted, because as you see here, everything else has been removed. So the only that is now connected is the driver, and that is shorted, so it's pulling the injector down to ground, keeping it on all the time with not even a signal being present. So it's just no gate activity, but it's just shorting out. And we saw that in there, right? When the ignition is on, B driver or A driver in the blue channel was not firing, but then the red channel had that signal or oscillation and almost down to 3 volts, which will pull the injectors open 100%. All right, guys, so sorry that you are just seeing that. I forgot to put the circle in here. But yeah, like I said, I always try my best to help the customer because these are expensive computers. Even used ones are like around $2,500, $2,700, and new, which I think is no longer any new ones, but they sell it as new, and I think they're remanufactured by the dealer, by the Delphi. They're almost $5,000. So, yep, I'm sorry, Jordan, but in this case, I will not be able to help you further. This is just as much as I can do, and I hope that you see all my efforts to try to help you, but it's just a limitation of the design of the computer. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.